Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Rejuvenation. So in the last part, with our new access to Rockline, we went around and we started exploring the region a little bit more, backtracking, gaining some new items and whatnot. And today we're going to do pretty much the same thing. The difference is, the last part, we dealt with more story-like side quest. And this time, well, these should be a little bit faster. Anyways, I'm all the way over here on the right side of the Wispy Tower. I never actually went in here before because we couldn't do anything. There was just a rock climb wall that we couldn't scale. And now we can. So let's go ahead and scale that. Right here is absolutely nothing. There's nothing you can do here. And it's pretty much the same story for this level right here as well. There's not much you can do. Even if you decide to go down here, there's not much you can do down here. So just ignore this part for now, and instead make your way over here and climb the vines all the way down here. There's a lot of cool things down here. There's these two girls right here, and their reactions are amazing. Oh my gosh. So we came down here because we heard it was like totally haunted. Me? I'm not afraid of ghosts, but the same cannot be said for my friend here. Ghosts are scary. I don't want to be here anymore. Ghosts are scary, it's true, but that's why we're here, right? We're here to venture off into the unknown and find some scary things. Speaking of which, what's that white hand on your shoulder? What? What are you talking about? Huh? I was so sure I saw something. It's probably just my imagination. I just like that. It's cute little things like that that really give this game a lot of character. But anyways, the first door we're going to deal with is right over here. And this is the 3-badge door. If you're exploring the Wispy ruins earlier through the regular entrance, you might have noticed that we are running out of doors to open. So anyways, the chest here has been opened and raided. But we can still find a shiny stone. So that's pretty good. You know, don't want to complain about that. And there's still a little bit more we can grab. There's this dark gem right here. That could come in handy. If we make our way all the way down here, here is the 6-badge door. And like the 3-badge door earlier, it's already open. Except there's something else in here. Something seems to be rumbling inside the chest. That's right, it's Scraggy. So go ahead and catch this little guy if you want. With that Scraggy caught, we can actually move on from here. There's still a few more things that we can grab. Actually, there's a lot of things we can grab down here. So over this way is a couple of cool items. There's the rare candy right there, and there is also the TM for Shadow Claw. And there is actually one more door that we can open, which I kind of glanced over. So if we make our way down here and go down these vines, earlier I said that there wasn't anything down here. I was kind of wrong, I forgot about the 3rd door that we have to open. So up here is the 8-badge door. We can't do anything for that. However, if we come down here and surf all the way down here, we'll find the 7-badge door instead. And this time the chest actually hasn't been raided. Fallen and deserted, I relay the messages of our suffering to you. Though her kingdom revered Griselda, they did not find her to be perfect. Among all that respect, love, and support, fear stood strong above all else. After the war had ended, Griselda's fury did not subside. She had decided that if the entire universe were under her rule, a future war would be not possible. Griselda readied her troops and sent them out to invade other lands. Majority of her people did not approve of her actions, but had no power to make a difference. Please take one of Griselda's most cherished items as thanks. So we'll get a synthetic seed right there. It's not the biggest item, but it does give us a lot of interesting lore. Anyways, there's a few other items that we can collect around here. Most of them are small, kind of meaningless, like this Pokédoll right here. But for the most part, that's kind of everything we can do down here. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and head on back to Golden Leaf Town, because there's something I want to take care of over there. Over here in Golden Leaf Town, if we enter the gym and talk to this person on the left, I tried to go through Narcissa's gym again because I wanted to challenge her, but the mirror at the end of the theater sent me to another room entirely. I wonder what that was all about. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So how about we see what that was all about? So to do this, we're going to have to go through Narcissa's gym again. And if you remember correctly, it's basically all about following the lights. So I'll go through it again really quickly. But again, you basically follow the path of the torches that are lit. And now that we don't actually have any trainers to take care of, this is kind of fast. And for the most part, we're almost done at this point. So right here is the mirror in question, and if we talk to it, we'll have the option to climb through the mirror. And we can look around in here. We could even leave, but instead we actually want to go through these doors right here. We go up right here. A Mew will appear and leave the portrait. We want to follow it through the mirror, and we'll find ourselves in Narcissa's house again. And you can't talk to the Mew, unfortunately. What you can do is take this key item right here, which is the odd key. And the Mew will then leave. If we move down here and leave the house, we will actually see the Mew flying off. And that sort of gives us an idea of where to head off to next. Here we want to make our way all the way down this path, right here, and find our way at the Lost Castle at the end of it. And at the end of it, we'll find Mew outside the Lost Castle, which we can now enter thanks to having the key. So, this Lost Castle is filled with lore, and it's also filled with a puzzle that's attached to it. So you can talk to these yellow bookcases, and you'll get a little bit of information. It's more information on Griselda in the past, actually. The day of reckoning is upon us. Our allies have turned against us. We've gone out of line. Their march rings in our ears. This is the end. This is the end. So there's 5 bookcases, or rather 5 pieces of information that we want to talk to, and all the bookcases that you talk to are yellow like this one. Griselda's locked us away. We refused to help her fight. She killed one of the kingdom's leaders. The 7 kingdoms are now only 5. She broke the alliance. What have we done? What have we done? And over here is another bookcase that you can talk to. Following the fall of Izel, Griselda's made us recreate his creation. But we weren't skilled enough. Failure followed. And so did... Also, you can talk to the Dusclops. They won't actually let you battle them and capture them, but you can talk to them. So that's 3 bookcases. And if we move up here, we can talk to this open book right here. Griselda's sisters, Spacia and Tiempia, have gathered in the court. Griselda has become obsessed with Izel's inventions. Her sisters pleaded with her, do not become consumed by its power, for soon the kingdom itself will have control. Or rather, for soon the power itself will have control. Kingdoms shall fall. And finally, there is this bookcase right over here. We, the Gorova Kingdom, have united with the Kusura, Izurva, and Yavin kingdoms to ensure our survival. But Griselda got close with the king of the Zygarde Kingdom, Izel. Izel, known for his proficiency in black magic. Will he provide for us? So you might want to pay attention to those numbers at the beginning of each of those entries. It's a lot of lore, it's really neat. But it also comes in handy over here. Passage. Provide the correct book code. The Day of Reckoning. And that's going to be 0044. Alliance with the Zygarde Kingdom, and that's going to be 6677. Powers control, kingdoms shall fall. That's going to be 3645. Failure allowed, or failure followed, and so did. That's going to be 9 0 4 and 3. 7 kingdoms, now 5. The Broken Alliance. And finally, this is going to be 7 1 7 1. That's correct. Everything is correct. You've earned the rite of passage. But the trials do not end here. One final test awaits you. Oh boy. So, if we move all the way up here, and if you move a little bit too far, you'll enter some battles, and you'll enter multiple battles really consistently, so you might want to save and reorder your party. If you do black out here, you're gonna lose money, but you'll end up pretty much right here. So it's not too terrible, but I don't recommend losing that money. Anyways, I have my team ordered how I'd like it, and we're going to go ahead and deal with this. I'll be cutting most of these out. They're nothing really spectacular. Especially if you decide to go ahead and level your Pokemon up to the max level cap. It's nothing that's too difficult to deal with. They do have a really good field to fight you on, but it's not really difficult, like I said. The first battle right here is going to have 2 Pokemon. The next battle, which you're immediately forced into afterwards, is going to have 3, and the battle afterwards is going to have 4. And some of them do hold items, some of them can be really irritating to deal with, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. So, I'll catch you as soon as I finish them all up. And with that gauntlet over with, we can now move on into here. We'll see the Mew disappear into the bubble, but we're going to skip that right now and grab this, which is the TM for Will-O-Wisp. You definitely want to grab that now. You can grab it later, but it's a little bit more annoying. And then it's time to talk to the bubble. This bubble is surging with energy. It looks like something is trying to escape. Do you want to burst the bubble? Sure. The bubble is almost about to burst. Just one more hit. Wait, I see, don't! I see. What have you done? For you to come this far. How did you even get through the doors? No, this isn't the time. Please get ready. Yarr! That was a nice sleep. Reborn, yet again. I've been. Dufuax is my name. I've come to free myself sooner than I thought it would be. Planting a rare species of Pokémon as bait was an ingenious plan. Why so silent, Narcissa? I thought you'd be happy to see me. How long has it been since our last encounter? 20, 30, 40 years? Yes, something along those lines, yes? I see. I'm going to need your help destroying this abomination. I don't know if we can do it, but we can't let him leave this tower. Destroy me? Weren't you at your strongest when you had your old Chandelure? Yes, that's right. The Chandelure that incidentally I took down myself. Doesn't matter if I don't have my old Chandelure. My new Pokemon are perfectly capable of defeating you. Perhaps with help, it is possible. Especially in my current state. Then I've decided that I shall take my leave. But we shall see each other again very soon, I'm sure. Stop! I know you can't be held completely accountable for this. However, what's done is done, and since you're part of the cause, we're going to have to work together. Long ago, after the calamity fell upon this region, Dufuax appeared in what was known as Golden Leaf Village. He ravaged through everything. My Chandelure and I were able to stop him, but my Chandelure was terminally injured. I buried it at Amethyst Cave, where I first found it. Even though I could not stop him, I wasn't strong enough to completely destroy him. So I trapped Dufuax in a bubble of energy on the top floor of this abandoned tower, and created the trial you've gone through to keep out anyone from trying to enter. Truth be told, this event was inevitable. That bubble I created couldn't hold him back forever. It was only a matter of time before Dufuax became strong enough to escape. Until I found and destroyed him. Finally, I cannot stay put in Golden Leaf Town. As a result, I hereby temporarily resign until this mission is complete. Please be careful, Icy. I hope things will be able to be resolved quickly. Good luck. And with that, we'll actually be kicked out of the Lost Tower. So if you didn't collect the TM for Will-O-Wisp, you can come back here and go all the way up there and collect it if you really want to. There's nothing stopping you, it's just nicer to grab it before you get kicked out. Anyways, with all of that taken care of, there's one last stop I want to make before we head back to Kristiline Town and we start to take on the help request. And that stop is Giran City. Back here in Giran City, we actually want to head to the professor's laboratory. And there's something interesting here. Precisely the way to do it, Lana. You played perfectly. Robert, if you continue to make silly mistakes like using Thunder Wave on electric types, you won't make it far. I'll get better someday. Oh, do we have a new student? Please come to the front of the class. Welcome to the East Giran Laboratory. I'm Professor Hawthorne. Oh, it seems you have quite a few badges. Perhaps you aren't as new as I thought. I'm pretty sure I have more than quite a few. Ah, I see. Professor Jenner gave you your first Pokemon. Jenner was an old friend of mine. Unfortunately, he's gone missing. I volunteered to take his position until he came back. If he comes back. Nevertheless, society must move on no matter what. You're a well-seasoned trainer, yes? Then you may be of good use. I'm from Kanto. There aren't many Pokemon outside of our decks there, so it's hard to learn more about the Pokemon in other regions. I heard that you can find every single Pokemon imaginable here in this region. If you happen to come across 350 unique types of Pokemon, please stop by and show me. And at this point, it's very easy to have reached this goal, so let's go ahead and show him. Let's see what you've got. This is amazing! You've seen at least 350 Pokemon. I see. Please follow me. Sure, why not? So, over here... This used to be Jinner's old room, but I occupy it for now. Please follow me. It seems like the professor spent his off time incubating these 2 eggs. But the professor isn't here at the moment, so these eggs have just been here, idling by. If we let this continue, I'm afraid these eggs won't hatch properly. Would you mind taking one of these off my hands? These eggs contain the Pokemon Magby and Elekid respectively. Choose wisely. So I'm going to go out and say it. As of version 12, there is no way to get both of these. So whatever you pick right now is whatever you get. Like, you're not going to find a Magby in the game later or one of its evolutions, and you're not going to find an Elekid in the game later or one of its evolutions. Hopefully by version 12, version 14, or any subsequent versions, you'll definitely be able to find it. But for now, you can only get one, so do as he says, choose carefully. Also, over here is Professor Jinner's diary. Let's give it a read. My hands are tied. There's nothing more to do. This will be my one and only entry. Please bear with me. Feels as if I've been trapped between 2 forces. My fate between them is the same. Perhaps my destiny was already written, destined for decimation. If there's one thing that I fight for, one thing I would die for, my daughter. Even though we are not blood, we are connected by heart. No matter what happens, I will make it so she is safe. I will. I don't care what happens to me. I've accepted it. That's really sweet. That's absolutely heartwarming. So anyways, we can also come back to Mr. Hawthorne over here, and he will tell us that whatever we chose was a fine choice, but if we talk to him again after that, he will say that he's been meaning to speak to us, and he will ask to see more of our Pokedex. He will say that if we can show him at least 550 Pokemon, he'll give us another reward. And at this point, that's actually possible. I don't have it on this save file, but it's definitely possible to have this completed at this point, and who knows, maybe by the time we finish our help request, I'll have it on the save file. And the reward for that is actually picking one of the Johto starters. So that's something neat. But there's something else that I've been meaning to handle here in Giron City, something that we've been putting off for a long time, something that just seemed so out of reach for who knows how long. And we're going to go ahead and take care of it. Here in the Aqua building in Giron City, there was a kind of impossible fight that we couldn't take care of in the beginning of the game. And you could have taken care of this a little bit earlier, but you probably wanted to wait till at least around level 40. And I think it's about time that we take care of it. Cowardice! Cowardice! You foul demons dare haunt me in my dreams, where I am most vulnerable. Fight me in reality, where we shall be on equal ground. Send your next vessel to face me. We shall fight to the death. Aha! So you finally show yourselves. Finally an opponent from hell that I deem worthy. You dare enter my domain. This is an act that warrants no mercy. I'm gonna stay and fight. Admirable. Quite admirable indeed. I, Mercury, 4th member of the Culliver clan, master of growing strength, shall beat you into the dust. So that's actually a lot of fun. So this is an irritating battle. If you try it out at the beginning of the game, it seems like you might be able to handle it because the Abra, it's level 10, right? This Abra is level 10, it's holding the Focus Sash item, and it's holding, as the moves, Light Screen, Thunder Wave, Trick Room, and Reflect. So this Abra could be a lot of fun if you really want to mess with it, because you can make it struggle with Taunt. So if you picked like Chimchar or anything like that, yeah, you could basically watch it struggle itself to death in 4 turns. So anyways, the preferable way of dealing with this battle right now is to set up with your Blaziken. The next Pokemon that comes out is going to be a Kadabra that's level 45. And it's going to hold the red card, which is an item that ejects your Pokemon from battle once it hits the other Pokemon, unless the other Pokemon gets knocked out in one hit. And the Kadabra has pretty good coverage in Psychic, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and Calm Mind. Kadabra isn't the problem is what comes after the Kadabra, which is an Alakazam at level 85. It's got a Twisted Spoon, it has Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Toxic, and Recover. It's crazy overpowered, so you want to set up on the Abra or the Kadabra, whichever you prefer, and try to basically sweep with that. So it's really nice to have a setup sweeper right here, which I'm using Blaziken. The only difficult portion right here is if you can't set up enough. The Abra line is pretty frail. However, with screens and the paralysis, that could be really annoying, as well as the Trick Room. So the best thing you could do here is try to wait until the Trick Room wears off, and then at that point you want to heal your paralysis and hopefully don't get paralyzed again and sweep from there. That's kind of the goal here. And again, Blaziken is probably the most notable setup sweeper right now in the game. It's the easiest to acquire because it would be your starter, but there are others. Anyways, I'll get back to you as soon as I get to the Alakazam. Started recording a little bit too late right here. So my Blaziken isn't going to take a hit from this Alakazam, and it's not going to knock it out, but it's going to do a lot of damage. And I'll be able to send in my Muck right here, and pretty much just knock out this Alakazam with Knockoff. Muck is really good at taking these hits, so I should live this and just knock off that Alakazam and finish it off. Muck is such a good Pokemon. Well, the Alolan form is anyways. Possible. Inconceivable. I could not lose. Possible. My master technique has been foiled. Hold on a minute. You aren't a demon. You are a regular trainer. Forgive my rash nature. I shall amend this situation by presenting you with a gift. And that will give us the Star Shard. The shard is a symbol of my defeat. It said that when all 5 shards are brought together, something mysterious may happen. What this means? I do not know. Farewell, Challenger. We shall meet again. Yeah, you said farewell, but you're not leaving. There are 5 of us in total, but one of us is still in training. Perhaps you've met this person by now. Perhaps I have. Also, behind them is the Amulet Coin. So, probably around level 30-ish to anywhere beyond that is when you could have picked up a setup sweeper and attempted this. But this is also a really good point to attempt this as well. And the Amulet Coin is such a nice item. Extra money is always nice. There's one last thing we can do before we head back to Kristiline Town for the help request. And that's heading to Akua Town, or rather to Evergreen Forest, which is nearby, and grabbing a little something that's near there. So if you don't remember how to get here, just go to Akua Town, then surf off to the east or to the right, and then up to the north, and eventually you should find this area on a little island. And we're only here for one thing. One simple thing. Since we can use rock climb now, we can actually climb up these rocks, and we can grab this icy rock. So it's basically just me, but a rock. And that's pretty much all we're here for. So with that, let's make our way back to Kristiline Town and tackle those help requests. So, I saved the best for last year. These requests are extremely long compared to the previous ones, so we're going to start off with Lighthouse. Lighthouses around the island have been switched off without permission. I'm going to need someone to go and investigate. Sure. I'll be located on the docks of Kristiline Town. I await your arrival. And off we go. We're here on the deck. We'll find the ranger. Are you the one who accepted my request? Well, of course. Superb timing. Lately, the lighthouses around the island have been non-functional. Would you do me a favor and investigate each of the lighthouses? You'll need this key to open the doors to the lighthouses. You can find lighthouses in Aquamarine Cave, Terrajuma Shore, and Route 5. Good luck! Yeah, of course, and she's just going to sit there and do nothing. So, I guess we better head off. If you would like an easy way to get around, remember that the Ranger teleporters exist, and there's one right here that'll take us to the Ranger HQ. And from here we can go to pretty much any of the locations that we need. Not exactly, but we can get close enough. We're going to be starting off on Terrajuma Shore, and we'll have to surf around to get to this lighthouse over here. And also you can see the Fion. I see turned the key and unlocked the door. And we won't find much down here except a note. What's the harm? Hey, I remember the last two digits to that code. It's 6 and 7, in that order. So the full code would be... No, I forgot the first half of the code. Oh well, I wrote them on a piece of paper in another lighthouse. Shouldn't be too hard to find. So that's not too bad. Why don't we head off to the lighthouse on Route 5 instead now? So the lighthouse on Route 5 is here above Kokori Village, pretty much on Valor Shore. And in this lighthouse too we'll find a similar situation. Appears to be a note. Hey, it's me again. I think I remember the passcode to that door thing. If I remember correctly, the digits were 98. 98. Well, maybe I don't completely remember the rest of the code, but the first two digits are definitely 9 and 8. I'll write another note if I remember the last two digits. So that's pretty nice. And with that, we only have one more lighthouse to visit. Here in the Aquamarine Cave, there's a lot to see and do. And I should have sprayed to repel. Alright, get out of here. We'll take care of that right now. But anyways, the first thing we're going to do is rock climb up here and grab the TM for Safeguard. And next we're going to head on over this way. Going to go ahead and drop down this hole. Surf down here and move to the right, and then rock climb all the way up here. There's a ton of items that we can grab, like that green shard, and some of them are actually really good, so you don't want to pass up on all these. There's also some nice mining rocks that you can go ahead and get if you want. So over here is the sea incense. And if we make our way down here, there's a Telluric seed on that rock right there. Over here is a worker. Can't believe I spend too much time down here. Feel so weak that I can't even move. So annoying. Hey kid, you wouldn't happen to have protein? Sure. Ah, that's so much better. Thank you so much for bringing that for me. I feel so much better already. I was given this Pokemon to help with my work, but I don't have enough badges to use it effectively. You look like you're competent. Why don't you take this with you? And he'll give us a Tyrogue. I'm gonna get going. Thanks again, kid. Yeah, good guy. Again, there's a lot of trainers down here that I already took out off screen. So there's some pretty good experience. There's also a link cart right here. So I recommend you grab that before going down the ladder, or up the ladder. And finally, we can go ahead and make our way to the ladder. Also, that item right over there to the right is a blue shard, if I recall correctly. So I'm not going to bother with that for now. I'll probably get it off screen. So you might recognize this as the area that we can't actually get to from the start of the cave. You can also talk to this fisherman. He gives you a bit of lore here. He used to run a fishing contest in Kristiline town, but it was far too popular. People fished too much and the population decreased too quickly. Ah well, it's not a big deal, though I'm sort of out of work now. Hey kid, if you ever see something that fits my need, give me a call. So we should definitely keep him in the back of our minds. There's a water right here. Only really good item here is the water gem that's right here. And besides that, we can just exit right here. And we'll meet this person. Huh. Damn. Didn't expect someone to find their way back here. What you doing all the way out here for? Trying to catch really rare Pokemon? I hear that, I guess. It's respectable. I'm here to reminisce on the past. There's a lighthouse I like to visit here. And I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone build a lighthouse inside a cave? Well, they wouldn't. It used to be on top of the cave. Long time ago, my grandpa used to make money by running the lighthouse. It was barely enough to keep us alive, but one day the ground holding up the lighthouse gave way, and it fell way down here. Of course, there's no way a lighthouse can make money when it's stuck in some cave. We didn't make any more money, and my grandpa took his frustration out on me. I didn't want any part of that, so I got up and left. Heard a place called Grand Dream City had better opportunities. Oh well, that's enough that story. Bad memories. I gotta go. Thanks for listening. That was nice. Not really. But anyways, over here we can find the final Poliwag. So this is Poliwag number 6, and if we play our whistle, it'll head off to Route 3. So we can deal with that in a little bit. Instead, now we can go ahead and open this door, and we'll find the final note. Hey, just wanted to leave this note here for any other AA grunts wandering around. We captured the Ampharos from each lighthouse, and now we're bringing them to Terrajuma Cave. Don't forget that you need the passcode to get in. Passcode is... Shoot, I can't remember it offhand. If I remember it, I'll write it down and leave it at another lighthouse. So that's interesting. Those AA grunts aren't exactly smart, are they? But there's still some more things that we want to do here before we leave, because it takes a lot of effort to get back here. If we make our way out here to the right, we can find a Zygarde Cell. And you can also find some Kingler. So grab those if you want. I believe Kingler is actually a bit of a rare find in the cave itself. I'm not too sure. And that's pretty much it. So with that done and taken care of, it's time to go into Terrajuma Jungle and hunt down those AA grunts. So over here around the area that we battled Valerie in the deep Terrajuma Jungle, we want to enter the cave right there and climb up this rock climb spot. And over here we'll find a hideout that needs a code for us to get in. So we'll enter 9, 8, 6, and 7. Hear the sound of a door unlocking. So, what was the point of stealing these Ampharos again? No lighthouses means very dark nights, and very dark nights mean no ships will dock. No ships means no tourist, and no tourist means no outside help. The help centers will lose people, and then their business will become bankrupt. I thought the help centers were a non-profit organization. Well, whatever. This'll work because no one will find this place. No one but the other grunts. Why is that? Because I left a bunch of notes by the lighthouse with in-depth details on how to get here. So if one of our fellow grunts wants to find us, then they can just read these notes. You left notes detailing our position in a place where the owner will look when they notice the lighthouses are out? The doors are locked. Ordinary grunts can't get in. That means if anyone were to find us, it'd be someone looking to get their Ampharos back. You idiot. Look at what you've done now. They're here for the Ampharos. We're going to have to fend them off. You're through. You're infuriating, you know that? You, on the other hand, are a complete idiot. What were you thinking, leaving instructions to our location at the scene of the crime? You're a complete imbecile, and I hope you get fired. Wow, that's really harsh. Whatever, we're leaving. So we make our way up here. The ranger will come up here and take these off our hand, thankfully. Aha, there you are. I went to the lighthouses because you were taking a long time. I was surprised and worried to see the Ampharos missing from their lighthouses. Thankfully, I followed the note's instructions and found my way here. Thanks to you, the lighthouses will be up and running once again. Your reward will be waiting for you at the help center. Oh, and one last thing. Now that the lighthouses will be up and running once again, new Pokemon should appear along the shores at nighttime. They seem to be attracted to the light the lighthouses dish out. Be sure to look for them. We can also claim this Zygarde Cell right here. And with that, we're free to go all the way back to the help center and grab our reward. Back here at the help center, here is our reward. Of course, there's the money. That's really nice. There's the revival herb. Lastly, our client has left something to give specifically to you, and they'll give us a Mareep, which is pretty awesome. Ampharos is a really nice Pokemon. But besides that, I think we should actually go to the shores and check out the Pokemon that'll appear at each run. Starting with Route 6, you can actually find Clamperl outside at night using gourmet treats. They were extremely nice and put the Clamperl outside here instead of near the lighthouse itself, which was... it just saves you so much effort. It's very much appreciated. Anyways, on to Terrajuma Shore. Again, at night here on Terrajuma Shore, you'll actually find a Staryu, which is probably one of the better Pokemon that you could find. And with that, on to Valor Shore. And here at Valor Shore at night, you can find Slowpoke, which again is actually pretty good. These are one of the nicer Pokemon that you could have found. And with that, that's pretty much all we could do here. So I'm going to go back to the help center and we're going to grab a new request. So the next request is going to be called Quiz. Can someone please take my quiz? I really need someone to take it. I live here in Kristiline Town. Please hurry. So this is actually one of the faster requests compared to the last one. So if we move all the way up here into this house right here. Oh, you answered my help request. So that means you're here to take my quiz. Haha, yeah, thanks. Well, let's start, shall we? How many residential areas are present in Kokori Village? Answer would be 4. Haha, yeah, that's right. Which emotion can Valor Mountain feel? That would be Calmness. Yep, that's right. You're pretty good at this. How many help requests are there in Kokori Village? And that would be 5, the same as everywhere else. Yeah, that's right. As your prize, I'm going to tell you who Madam X truly is. Cheese. No. Brother? Is help request completed? What just happened? I don't know, do you know? No, she doesn't know. Well, anyways, that was interesting. That was very, very quick, and we can pretty much just head back to the help center and grab our money. So back here at the help center, we can just grab our money, and it's time to move on to the next request. So the third request is Defend Me. I'm just taking a stroll through Aquamarine Cave, but these people are making it increasingly difficult. So off to the Aquamarine Cave we go. Here in the Aquamarine Cave, we want to head over from Amber's bed, and I'm using that as a point of reference now. Down over here, surf all the way over here into this little corner, and there's a bunch of AA grunts that we have to fight. So we basically just have to clear them out of this cave. After clearing out most of the grunts, we can move on over here and, well, see what's happening. Leave me alone. I haven't done anything to you. Listen up. You're not going to submit that help request, alright? Yeah, if you need help, then just help yourself. What? You can submit help requests via smartphones now. There's an app for that. So I submitted a help request to help me out, like, 45 minutes ago, and it says it's been accepted 30 minutes ago. What? Oh, hey, look! There they are now. So in trying to stop this lady from making a help request, we actually aided her in making one. I hate my life. Same. You only beat us because we were caught off guard. Don't think you'll get away with this. Hey, thanks for saving me. That was really close. I was thinking about sending another request to escort me out of here, but I think I'm good. Your reward should be delivered to the Help Plaza by now. Thanks again. So, that's neat. Let's go back there and get it. Here at the Help Center, we can claim our reward, which is the money, of course, and the Mystic Water. So that's nice. We only have 2 requests left, and we can definitely take them on right now. However, this has been going on for quite a while, so I think we're gonna leave that for the next part. We'll take the next 2 requests on in the next part. We'll also do a final bit of exploring, but I'm going to leave that for later again. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope it helped, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.